Flightboss, bitch. Flightboss, and we gonna knock these out real quick. I wanna knock these out real quick. You feel me? This is episode 3 or 4, whatever. I didn't lost episodes, but this one is gonna be about actual personality traits of the 16 Zodiacs. And the 4 invisible constellations, they're not actual constellations, but they're fixed stars. But since they're so big, they take up a whole constellation, and they separate the pie, the 12 constellations in the sky, like I explained in the last video. So if you fall into one of these signs, you actually are that sign with your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, even your houses to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? But okay, now let's get into it. Aries. Now we're gonna start with Aries. Aries, basically the I am. Aries are here on Earth trying to figure out themselves. Like, I don't like to get into see, I like to kick the real shit. I don't get into the actual acting out traits, because Aries could fall in your Mercury, Jupiter, anything. So what I want to do is give you a we not into those videos yet. We'll get there. But right now, I'm just giving you a broad perspective of how this energy will play out through any planet it falls in, not just your sun sign. You could look at this video and watch me say each and every of your sign and just look at it a different way. Like if I start talking about your Mercury sign, look at it like this is your intellect. If I'm talking about your moon, if I run into your moon sign and you hear that, take that as that's how you react. If I run into your sun sign, take that as how you act. Everything is equal. Not one thing is more important than the other. But sun, moon, and rising will dictate your actual personality of how you handle things, and Mercury, Venus is how you do it in certain aspects of your life, but not actual how you are as the person. So Aries is the I am. Aries is here to figure out themselves. Aries is here to go to war. You know what I'm saying? And Aries is governed by Mars and the Sun. You know what I'm saying? Planets are governed by signs are governed by more than one planet. Some are, some not. But I'm from the real place. I'm not from 3D. So what I'm saying, y'all need to really listen to that shit. Other astrologers don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about. I'm from the actual place of the shit, when the shit going on. Aries is governed by Mars and the Sun. So what is Aries? Aries is who they're here to figure out themselves. So everything that's governed by figuring out yourself is under Aries. So wherever Aries at in your chart, that's where you're trying to find yourself. So what happens when you're trying to find yourself? When you're trying to find yourself, you act on it. So you're trying to act on trying to find you're acting on in an aggressive way, or in a real war-spirited way of how to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if it's in your Mercury, you're gonna be real aggressive with your intellect. You know what I'm saying? If it's in your sun, you're gonna act on trying to be number one, and trying to be the smartest and trying to be the best, because deep down inside you're really trying to find your place here. So that's what that is. It ain't got nothing to do with loving sports, and it ain't got shit to do with none of that shit. Don't listen to nobody. You can have certain planets in your shit that make you hate sports. This the overall, wherever Aries at in your chart, this is what you're going to do about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and it's fast. Taurus is I have. So it's what you have. It's what possessions. What everybody wants on Earth, money. So money might come out of a Taurus mouth a lot of times. A lot of things, physical things. This is an Earth sign. Taurus is I have. So Taurus, everything that governs I have, equate that with Taurus. If a Taurus is not into money and they're spiritual, they're going to talk about what kind of spirituality they have. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all about what they obtained and what they're trying to obtain. So when you're trying to obtain something, how are you going to attain it? Through stability and everything, right? Boom. So that's Taurus. Gemini, the communicators, is I perceive, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like Gemini is the communicator. It's almost your understanding. You know what I'm saying? Since is ruled by Mercury. Like Taurus is ruled by Venus and Earth. Earth is the actual quality too. Taurus is ruled by Earth and Venus, which makes the pleasurable kind of come a little slower than maybe a Libra, but when it comes in a greater, more stabilized way. Like, because Venus also rules Libra, so Libra is into the same thing Taurus is into, but it comes and go. But that's why it's like cardinal. Taurus is fixed, so by it being ruled by Earth also and Venus, it takes them a while to get it, but when they get it, they know how to hold on to it, and they got enough of it to share. You know what I'm saying? Now, that goes into Gemini. Gemini is the intellect, the communicators. Gemini is, so if you even run into an introverted Gemini, they're communicating with themselves. They're communicating one thought to another thought. So they're in two places at one time. They think they can multitask, but they really can't. But they're dealing with that issue, so within time they become really good at it. So they can multitask better than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Cancer. Cancer is the represents the home, the affection of the home, like how the presence in the home, the actual presence, not the personality like the Leo, but the actual presence in there of the foundation of how you set the tone. So Cancer's everything that governs setting the tone is what Cancer's got mastery over. So when you walk into a Cancer home, those be the people who might offer you a plate of food. You know what I'm saying? Like Leo might offer you a bag of chips, but offer you entertainment purposes, like dealing with your personality. Cancer deals with a more intimate level of it. Like they might not have everything, but they want you to feel like they do. You know what I'm saying? And they wear their emotions on their sleeves. So they get into a lot of things knowing, intuitive, that they might get hurt, but they go through it. They go through with the experience to build up foundation so they can know how to harden their shell next time they get into certain situations. They know how to be and know how to swarm in and out. You know what I'm saying? Leo is the is like the lovers of the zodiac, and which Cancer is governed by the moon. Leo is governed by the sun, and they're like the same at the same time, opposite. You know what I'm saying? And Leo is the actual is they like compassion, creative, how they be in the home. Like after Cancer then set the home, Leo is how the personality is in there. So dealing with entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with your duties, the emphasis you put on your duties, the emphasis you might put on your words, the emphasis you might put on your body language. You know what I'm saying? Your actual mannerisms within your mannerisms. You know what I'm saying? Virgo's Virgo's like the routine. You know what I'm saying? Virgo's like, they like the motherfucking they like to stabilize in their routine. They like to stabilize in the way they do things. You know what I'm saying? But the way they do things might not always be in one way because they're not a fixed sign. They're a mutable sign. So the way they do things might be the same way, just in very changeable situations. You know what I'm saying? So Virgos, they look at the details before and analyze certain details and situations to know how to act upon that situation next time they're presented with something with that. You know what I'm saying? And this is quick analysis. Any planet ain't going to keep these traits in your head. Next is Libra. Libras is the okay, yeah, my bad. Virgo is ruled by motherfucking Mercury and Chiron. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into the planets. That's another video. Next zodiac is Libra. Libra is motherfucking they're the relationship of the not always loving, because it's ruled by Venus, but at the same time the love for a relationship. But they might have an evil relationship with someone that they just like being in. You know what I'm saying? They might like being abused to a certain extent, and they might not always say it, but you know what I'm saying? That's how it come. Libras always not going to look at looks. They look at beauty in other areas in people. You know what I'm saying? Libras are want everybody to be on a harmonious level, whether it's a negative or positive. You know what I'm saying? It's they want it on if everybody being negative, the Libra might be the most negative in the room to keep everybody on a harmonious level of negativity. You know what I'm saying? It's no such thing as right or wrong. It's only how you perceive it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get into Scorpio. Scorpio is dealing with transitions, dealing with deep thoughts. The Scorpios is deep thoughts that don't want it to reach the surface. You know what I'm saying? So it's they real surface level underneath the surface people. So they want you to believe that it's surface level because they don't want you to know their secret of how underneath the surface they go. So that's where the secretive come out. These people could make things out of secrets that's not even really worth being a secret. You know what I'm saying? Like little, like, you know what I'm saying? All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the wisdom, the teachers, the smart. They always gonna try to teach you something. They preachy, even if they're not coming across preachy. These might be a person who y'all might want to go rob somebody. These are the cats who's telling you the right way how to rob somebody. Like, look, man, if you want to rob somebody, you got to do it like this. I'm coming with you. You got to do it like this. We're gonna do it like this, and like this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So Sagittarius is the insight. They're smart, and they don't indulge too deep in their feelings because they're actually already deep in their feelings. So they're the type of people who try to overexpress to you how deep they are. So they come across on a very surface level. You know what I'm saying? Where Scorpios want you to think it's surface level, that's where they go underneath the surface. Sagittarius is the other way around. They try to express how under the surface they is, and the way they expressing it come on a very surface level shit. So they might have very deep intelligence about something, but the way they express it and the way they learned it was on a real surface level shit. That's why a lot of these people could become teachers and shit like that, because they could take information that they just learned and perceive it right, and they're ruled by Jupiter, so they can explain it right. But the person itself might not necessarily had a deep thought about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Capricorn. These are the Capricorns ruled by Saturn, and these are your people who these are your bosses. They don't even necessarily have to be a boss in the work field, but they're gonna be a boss in their own right. They're gonna these are the people who are willing to take the step-by-step nature to getting the job done, whatever they're doing, and building a foundation or whatever. Like these are the people who's willing to initiate the change into getting things to where they like. These are people who they size you up. The way they size you up is like what you actually have on. Like whatever you have on, how much did it cost, or where did you get it from? That's how they would size up what kind of person you are. Not like Virgo. Virgo don't care necessarily where you got it from, or don't care necessarily how I look, but they will care more about the little details, like if you missing a button or something like that, or you flooding, like your pants is too small or something like that. Their pants is Capricorn is more of, they don't care about it if it's too small or not. They care about the actual quality of it. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like Taurus, but Taurus is more in a fashion of they just like the quality of it. Capricorn is more of sizing you up from what kind of quality you have on. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like that. And what kind of work fields you do. They Capricorns could tell what kind of person you are by just basically what kind of job you're into. Seeing what kind of job you work in. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius is are the communicators that communicate the thought of what everyone should be doing, more on a collective level. Aquarius will be the person that want to stand out and be different, just because deep down inside they want everybody to see things the way they see it, and this what makes them leaders, because in a lot of ways people like to be different also. So when they see a person not scared to be different, they want to do the same thing that person doing. So it'll seem like the Aquarius have followers. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for that. Pisces are people who are very they're like feelers, so they can feel the environment that's going on. So if it's a lot of angry people in one room, the Pisces know how to jump in there and match the levels. And they could very well be possibly more angry than you. Or if they're working in a higher dignity and letting go of the ego, they could work in a form of sucking you out of that and helping you out so you don't have to be so angry. You know what I'm saying? These are Pisces. Pisces are like healers. They're, but not healers as in like Scorpio, like in a way of healing you to dig deep down into your emotions and figure out what's going on down there and act on that. Pisces is more about releasing it for a while, like how to handle it when you're going through it. So when Pisces is going through stuff themselves, they're introverted because they don't look to no one else, and a lot of times their failure is sometimes they look for other people's acceptance or deceptions to dictate how they should be in the world, when really they're here to learn how to be themselves. So it's like Aries and Pisces are the same at the same time, complete opposites, because Aries are here and they act on trying to find themselves through themselves so they can help the collective, and Pisces is the other way around. They look at the collective to try to figure out themselves. So they have to help the collective to figure out themselves, and the Aries have to help out themselves to figure out the collective. You know what I'm saying? And then the 4 star signs now is you have motherfucking Aldebaran, and then you can only be this if any one of your planets land in 8 through 10 degrees Gemini. So wherever you have a planet that's 8 through 10 degrees Gemini, you're not a Gemini. And some of these people might look at this and then they always felt like a Taurus. You're not a Taurus either. You are Aldebaran. And Aldebarans are they have an innate for courage. They like people with courage. So this might be a person who lack courage, but they like the energy of people with courage, so they force themselves to have courage. So this allows them to overcome their fears. You know what I'm saying? And they have integrity, strength, and you know, they love tangible things. They love if it comes in money, it comes in money. If it comes in cars, it comes in cars. But they love tangible things, but they hold tangible things from a thought process. Not so much as they got this car and they want to drive it around for everybody to see them in it. It's more of they got this car to drive it around for their self-expression. You know what I'm saying? It's more like how they can feel a certain way about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Regulus. You only could be a Regulus sign, sun sign, moon sign, whatever like that, if whatever planet landed in 28, 29 degrees Leo through 0 degrees Virgo. So it starts in 28 degrees Leo through to 0 degrees Virgo. You will be Regulus. And Regulus is, you know, he's seen as a leader, but a leader of, not of passions, a leader of detail. Like he's like a leader of so say you have a leader that's going to lead the troops out. Regulus will be the leader of what troops go in what area. You know what I'm saying? And what troops will go in this direction, what troops will go in that direction. So like Regulus is more like, you know what I'm saying, he's the creative process in certain situations in your life where you have to pay attention to very little detail in your life. So when you're paying attention to little stuff that's wrong in your life, if you got wherever Regulus is at, he's gonna help you. He's gonna help you put in perspective of the details. He's gonna help you take a wide perspective of something and bring it into details. You know what I'm saying? This is Regulus. So this is how you will feel if you Regulus. Now, Antares is, you can only be this sign, which I'm an Antares moon. I'm an Antares moon, so I can speak on this. But you can only be an Antares moon if any one of your planets. I mean, you can only be an Antares if any one of your planets land through 8 through 10 degrees Sagittarius. So these are people who always thought they were Sagittarius but felt like a Scorpio, but when they get into Scorpio, they don't really feel like a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. And I need you to know you're neither. You're an Antares. An Antares. And these people are control hungry. They want to control. These are people who they're very negative, but it comes from a positive place. These are your dark beings that has a light in the dark. So it's like they're coming from a dark place, but they have a positive outlook on it. So these are people who might do a lot of negative things because they feel like they have to set the example of these things, and if people follow, they do a lot of negative manipulative, you know what I'm trying to say, they manipulate people with negative type things to get people on their positive note and what they perceive as positive. So it's good in nature, but it's positive deeds in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a person, say an example, if you're an Antares, this is the way you'll feel. You might walk into a room and you might need somebody to walk to the store and go get you a blunt, right? Because you're not the one with the car, so you might need somebody to go get a blunt, right? So that person might not want to go get a blunt, but everybody in that house might need a blunt to calm down. So that's the positive aspect of it. But the negative is you might be manipulative into being two-faced and start talking to your other peers into gaining up on this one person so that person could decide to go get the blunt. But so you made a negative environment, but in actuality that person went and got the blunt so y'all can come back and smoke and everything will be on a positive note, and that's all you really wanted at the end of the day. So that's like traits of Antares, you know what I'm saying? And formal halt is the only way you can be a formal halt is if you 2 through 4 degrees Pisces, and this is the only way any of your planets will be a formal halt. And a formal halt is a person that's very righteous. So they're into making money, but the right way. These are people that, if you're selling a lot of drugs to make money, these are the people to tell you that, okay, when you make enough money, take that money and put that into something that you don't have to sell drugs no more. You can put it into something else. These are these type of people. You know what I'm saying? They're respectful, honorable, you know what I'm saying? And their ideas come from a revolutionary way. And that's like, AKA, that's like a revolutionary idea to someone that's in the hood. That they've been selling drugs their whole life, going up and re-up on the same drug. When you have a formal halt